Hey guys, how's it going? It's Beginnings here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week so far. Today's video is going to be a Chaugnar video. A lot of you have been requesting it, but I've been pretty hesitant to actually do a video on it just because it's really out of meta right now. It's not very strong, and there are really only a few situations where you should ever pick Chaugnar. Like if the enemy has Lumber Darcy is a good situation to pick Chaugnar. The reason he's not very good is because despite the fact that he can cleanse CC, he doesn't have very much CC himself. So you're very bad for peeling, as weird as it sounds. Unless you build like the shield support item and take heal, you're not really going to be saving anyone's life damage-wise. But this game, you can see I was forced to build Ring of the Fiend because they do have a Quillin, and like I always say, builds are always situational. I normally would have built the shield item, but because they have a Quillin and because we have two ADCs, I'm put into a pretty awkward situation. They have three assassins, I guess technically four if you want to get real technical about it. So this is a really weird game peel wise. Like, you'll see I get caught between trying to peel for Chaugnar and Talanis quite a bit this game. I feel like I'm kind of going on a rant, so we're just going to go ahead and talk about this game. Chaugnar started blue side. It looks like Quillin did the exact same thing, which means that our jungler will be ending bot while their jungler will be ending top. Don't really need to do much right now. No actions really going on besides the first blood, which did feel pretty good, I suppose. Tulin is rotating top before Dragon starts to sort of try to free his lane. That is something that we do in competitive, kind of, sometimes, where you free the Darkslayer lane before Dragon spawns, so your team can rotate as 5 for Dragon and help secure the Dragon at 2 minutes. But you can see that didn't really work for either team. That might have been the plan, but that's not what happened because we ended up fighting back and forth for quite a while. Our Darkslayer laner and mid laner took quite a long time to do that Sentinel, and we ended up actually just getting a kill and then taking Dragon. I don't know, I guess I'm just really tanky and we had good amounts of poke. I do rotate over to Quillin's red because I did see that he was fairly low from the fight at Dragon, and I know that there's potentially something we can do here. I ping his blue because that's where he is going towards. He just restarted his entire jungle clear, so we know he will end up ending bot again. Tulin does a really smart thing by ganking top, knowing that there will be nobody around to help that Amelie, and Arthur has a really good gank assist while Tulin has quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately, Talanis does end up dying solo to the Joker. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that this red buff does not reset by taking aggro, and we are going to just help our jungler as much as we can. Tulin can rotate down here in a second. He just had to clear wave, so I know that if they do stay, we can definitely take a fight and even win one. Joker thought he was a sneaky boy, but it ended up putting him in a pretty bad situation. I throw my ult down for the Darcy ultimate, but Quillin was around, so our Chaugnar does end up getting pretty destroyed, which is, like I mentioned before, one of Chaugnar's biggest downfalls. Once Quillin is on Chaugnar, there isn't really much I can do. It's mostly on her to build defensive and position well. I don't even have Ring at this point, so I can't even give her vision of him, which kind of sucks. But it's fine because we do end up winning this game, and we do get a pick onto the Amelie. Joker thinks he's going to do something. I think that's going to be a common thing this game, is Joker thinking he's going to achieve something, but getting destroyed. Same thing with Quillin, honestly. It happens quite a few times this game. Between Talanis and Chaugnar, they do a pretty good job of not positioning on top of each other, so it's really hard to one-shot both of them at once. So as long as an assassin is killing one of them, the other one will be murdering that assassin. Double ADC comps can work, but generally with not assassins rather, but ADCs that don't really need peel, double ADC comp with Talanis and Chaugnar is pretty bad because they both are fairly dependent on their support or their team for peel. I pinged the Caffney and question marked her because she had punish up, but lost the dragon to Darcy's little bomb, and it got down to like 450, 480 HP, something like that. I was pretty confused by it, but it's fine. Giving up a dragon is fine. It's not the end of the world, I guess. Just gonna go ahead and poke out Quillen quite a bit. Chaugnar comes up, and I do pop my heal to try to save the Tulin, but Joker ult does kill him, unfortunately. I was gonna pop my ult, but you can see Caffney just sort of one-shot that Darcy, so no ult necessary. I know since they rotated up top that we can take this bot tower. Quillen does show up, but I keep going because I know he's pretty low, and he does pop up fairly low. Just gonna go ahead and finish the tower and kill the Quillen. I know I'm fine because Joker does no damage to me. I have armor boots, I have my support item, at least the second tier, so I have quite a bit of armor at this point. Also, Chaugnar has one of the highest base armors in the game at 150 at level 1, which is pretty crazy to think about. 150 armor is insane. Like, I think Sephara has 50 base armor. Like, imagine having an entire item in stats over another hero. That's pretty absurd. Tulin does a really nice job of outplaying the Joker and Lumber there, but unfortunately does fall to the Darcy. We won't be able to push this tower just because they have 3 here to defend. We know that they are rotating up. We're just going to go ahead and make sure that our Talanis has a bit of space to farm. It looks like Joker is rotating towards bot side just because he didn't show up in top side with the rest of his team, but I'm not exactly sure. We can potentially push this tower now. It is really low and they only have a few around. I'm just going to go ahead and pop my Ring of the Fiend and my first ability to kind of pressure them off of the tower. That's probably one of the 2 things that Chaugnar is good for: cleansing CC and running at people aggressively. He's a pretty lackluster champion. Another reason why I picked Chaugnar here actually is because he's pretty good into Joker. Joker is very squishy and he can't really outrun Chaugnar. I ended up running down through the tower because I kind of wanted to separate the fight, and I didn't want to run back into Lumber because I think the Quillen would have killed me regardless, but I potentially could have lived if I just walked back towards my team. Definitely a mistake on my part. I'm not saying I don't make mistakes. Do as I say, not as I do. I've said that before in this channel, and you will see I definitely make a few mistakes this game. I think I ended up dying 3 times total with pretty good kill participation and no kills, but we're support, we're used to it. That's all we do. Talanis does a really good job of buffering her ultimate with the Darcy ult to make sure she does not get CC'd, and she CC's the Darcy and Lumber, it looks like. And we're just gonna go ahead and try to save her, but she does die. But honestly, that was a fine play. Like, she almost 1v3'd that. Like, she only kind of needed our help, let's be real. And because we got 3 on the bot side, my team is going to take that Darkslayer, and I can go ahead and rotate up to make sure Joker does not clear mid, but Tulin goes and does the same thing. Unfortunately, my team ends up kind of chasing the kills, and Darcy's left in kind of an awkward situation because she can't tank it yet. She does not have her Bow of Slaughter or her Hercules yet, I don't think. I think she just has Jungle Item plus Clave's Sanctity. But we still end up securing the Darkslayer, and we will end up pushing this top tower. We have a pretty thick wave that's like thick with 3 Cs, you can see. And since we have Drake, we will 100% get this tower. Just gonna go ahead and poke where we can. Caffney also throws out her ult for poke. And we're just making space. You see, I'm a good like 5 feet in front of my Caffney, making sure nothing funky's going on. I did just see some people around mid, so I'm questioning whether they are rotating up, and I'm just gonna try to zone out, but it looks like they don't even bother coming up. It looks like they went pretty safe. And Talanis does land her ult onto the Emily, but I'm not going to be able to do anything there because there's 4 and I don't have much to do. I'm just going to do my best to kind of protect this dragon, make sure it does as much damage as possible to that top tower. We do manage to get it to about half, and we are going to have another wave coming up top after we push on our mid wave. Unfortunately, this game, we had some pretty bad side laners. We didn't have very good wave management at all whatsoever. Tulin does separate from the team, so he does get picked off. I tried to rotate down to help him, but he dies. It's okay, though, because we will end up winning this fight. I pop my ultimate because Amelie is jumping onto my Caffney, and I know Caffney can kill her as long as she is not CC'd. This top tower is definitely going to go down with this next wave. At least I think it's been a few days since I've played this game. And Lumber does kill himself. I go ahead and pop my heal to make sure my ADCs are healthy and to make sure we get this tower. I buy my Frosties and start chasing the Joker, but his second ability does make him immune to CC. I'm going to run until my ring comes off of cooldown, and I'm going to pop it at the last second, and Caffney just one-shots that Quillen. Pretty good kill. Nice reaction time from the Caffney. It's possible she was just spamming, but she does overstay, so she dies, which sucks. I really couldn't do anything there. I was super duper low, and I wasn't going to stop her or stop a Joker ultimate from killing her. You can see she's going a very defensive build, which is pretty smart considering she has minimal peel this game. Like, all of the peel that she has this game is Talanis ult and Arthur ult. That's pretty much it. Nothing else is going to stop the Quillen from one-shotting her, basically. Tulin was AFK, or he DC'd or something, so he died while I was pulling out the dragon. I was just trying to make sure that the enemy team is getting as little on the map as possible. I know I'm fine here. I don't really have to commit anything and just pop my first ability and sort of back off. Caffney is in her jungle, so we are not going to look for a fight. I do see Quillen and Amelie sort of pop up in the jungle, and I'm going to kind of chase off this Amelie, but Quillen shows up and Amelie turns and just absolutely one-shots the Talanis. You can see that's what I meant when I said I can't really peel. I cannot stop that Quillen from murdering Talanis. We do lose that fight, probably because it was a 3v4? 3v4, I think. Potentially 3v5. And so yeah, we just lose terribly. That really sucked. Just gonna go down and see what they're doing. They are not on the dragon, but Quillen does show up with his ultimate. Just gonna make sure he doesn't do that. Since Quillen is bot, we know that they aren't on Darkslayer, so I don't really have to commit anything to making sure that they are not doing it. I just kind of want to clear this mid wave, and that's when Joker goes ahead and pops out of this bush. I know that I can do quite a bit of damage to him, but I definitely overcommitted way too much. I shouldn't have chased him. I should have just cleared that wave. But because they chased me so far, the Lumber jumps in. They're just gonna all die. They use a lot to focus me this game, which was really interesting. We have basically 3 carries at this point, but they just really want to focus me. For some reason, Caffney was doing that small camp for a pretty large chunk of that fight, but we still managed to take down 3, which is okay. We can definitely do Darkslayer at this point. Quillen's backing off because he's pretty low. We're going to go ahead and get mid pushed out. And if Arthur would just go tank for Caffney, that would have been the freest Darkslayer in the world. But like I mentioned before, we don't have the best side laners this game. Our wave management is really bad this game. So yeah, but we still do get the Darkslayer because Caffney is pretty fed at this point. She does have all of her items necessary for soloing the Darkslayer. I think she has Claves, Bow of Slaughter, and Hercules. I wish Talanis was going as defensive of a build as the Caffney was, because against Quillen, Darcy, and Amelie, they're gonna having a rough time. I ran down here instead of running up because for some reason I was afraid of the Darcy. I definitely should have ran up and towards my team. But you can see Quillen does mess up here. He tries to kill the Talanis, but his ultimate runs out right before he jumps onto the Talanis, and he just gets one shot by Caffney and Tel. And I think Tulin flickers onto the Darcy and Lumber, and they just get absolutely melted. My team will end up winning the game here. I don't know. This was just a normal Chaugnar game. Like, this is how Chaugnar is. He kind of pokes a bit early game, and then he basically just babysits ADCs or your carries and ults whenever they are getting CC'd. It's fairly boring gameplay, but I've been seeing a lot of requests for Chaugnar. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to have something more exciting for you guys out tomorrow. Maybe Mina, or I want to actually do a Lumber voiceover game. But please drop a like and subscribe if you guys enjoy this type of content, and I will see you next time. See ya.